I mean, you said it. I think I heard you say wow about 500 times yesterday. I mean, has it sunk in yet?
A little bit. It's nice to have that day in between because I can actually go to sleep, actually knowing that I'm in the finals. Because if it's day after day, it's kind of too chaotic. But I'm really glad I had the chance to celebrate a little bit with my family and friends. But it's not over yet.
You got a taste of the impact in Canada after, Indian Wells and then going back there for the Rogers Cup and winning the Rogers Cup. I mean, you're taking our country by storm. I mean, even more so now. You're kind of sheltered from it here in New York, but do you realize what's happening back in Canada right now because of what you've accomplished?
I see that there's a lot going on social media. I've been getting a couple of shout outs from some Canadian athletes, some incredible Canadian athletes, I should say. So it's really nice to have all that support because I think it gives me even more motivation to do better.
Did you see the hashtag on some of those social media posts?
She the North?
That's the one. What do you think of that?
That's so crazy. I mean, I honestly don't know what to say. It's just awesome.
That's you, the North. You're the one they're talking about. I mean, it is incredible. Just talk a little bit about what's coming up. I mean, I know that you said it before. Nothing scares you, but this is Serena Williams, and I'm not trying to scare you here, but she's going for 24 Grand Slam titles. I mean, how do you do it? How do you stay composed?
Well, I'm just gonna go into it. We'll try my best to go into it like every other match this tournament. I got a sense of how she plays a little bit in Toronto. I mean, it was very short-lived, 4 games, but I know how I'm going to feel before the match and even during. Obviously, different circumstances and a different environment. I know the crowd's going to be for her, so I'm going to try to block that out and just focus on myself.
You talked about how Serena was one of the mentors that you kind of looked up to when you were younger. We were just talking to a young Canadian tennis player who's here playing in the junior tournament. You know all about going through the ranks. She's coming up through the same ranks that you came up with Tennis Canada, and she's now looking at you. You're her Serena. I mean, how does it feel to have young tennis players looking up to you? And you're still pretty young yourself, but they're looking up to you as somebody they want to be.
That's really nice to hear. It's been my goal for a really long time to be able to be an inspiration for many. So when I step on the court, I just want to be the best player and person that I can be so other people can actually want to be in my place, because I always say if I can do it, if Serena can do it, then anyone can do it. But for me to get to where I am now, a lot of other Canadians paved the way for me, so hopefully I can be that Canadian to pave the way for others.